was 26.
Hey!
This motherfucker has been bugging me about my age. I will kill him.
I'm sorry.
As soon as we finish recording, he's dead.
Not a
You
judge.
know what was litefeet? It just wasn't called litefeet.
It wasn't called
It
like
was called
okay.
light.
Get light.
Well,
light.
First time I met litefeet dancer was on the subway. They were doing performances and then try to collect all these donations after the performances. And it was
By the way, Team Rock is one of the best teams you can run into when you first start learning about life. Like people don't casually just run into East Solo Richmond and K
sounds rare, yeah.
Yeah, bro,
So
on the
lucky,
train,
right?
OD,
Yeah.
and then say, how can I dance with y'all? They say, come to Tea Night. That's crazy. I was living up the block from Tea Night and never knew where it was, bro. My first battle, recipe
Really?
fell off. That was my first battle. I lost to that nigga. And my mom was a judge and she picked for love. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Crybaby like, yo, I'm about to go to Tea Night. Like, you wanna come here? I'm like, word? We out. So I went to Tea Night.
that's the one.
I volleyed. I went crazy, bro. Like I was just feeling like I had to prove myself so much. That's when I seen East Solo, Case like Richie Rich, K Shakes, Mel Live, all of them, they came alive.
But let's stay with New York a bit more. So, all right, this is gonna go way back. Y'all know like how long it's gonna be, how long it has been. So I moved to New York 2010. Met this guy 2013 when he was 19 years old, right? 19. Yeah. And then guess how old Noah was back then, 2013. Put a number somewhere. And then them two met, which was crazy because he was a little kid and he was mad young too. I mean, I was pretty young too, but I was older. I was older than, I was like 22, turning 23.
Okay.
Around that. Wait, actually no, 2013 I was already a little older. 26.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 26.
Damn!
2000
This
This motherfucker has been bugging me about my age. I will kill him.
I'm sorry.
Right? As soon as we finish recording, he's dead.
Not a judge.
Like I said, and me, you know, I'm 56 years old.
Damn!
I'm sorry. Because it was a
Sounds-
thought. No, seriously. It was
Dude,
a
I don't
thought.
care.
It was
I'm
a
not-
thought, and I blurted it out.
I'm
I did
fine.
not mean it that way.
I'm fine.
Okay, but just
not.
understand I didn't mean it the way it came out.
We'll take a poll on how you meant it with people here later after the show's over, but
I can sit up here and honestly say, but
He's dead. You're not gonna see him.
He gonna be about Judge C.
Anyway, so let's trace back a bit more about like the whole dance culture, like the whole history. Not really history, but like the experience for both of y'all in New York. So when Riceball got there, and we talked about it. You didn't know too much about litefeet, not in real life, but you watched the video before, right?
Yeah, in Japan.
And then he kind of grew up in this community where like a lot of people were dancing litefeet already, but even though it was like the very beginning, right? It wasn't like you already knew or everybody knew this is litefeet, right?
Yeah, they knew it was litefeet, it just wasn't called litefeet.
It wasn't called
It was
litefeet.
called
Okay,
light.
getting light.
Well, at that time that he got there, yes, it was already getting developed
Kind
into
of,
litefeet.
yeah.
Okay, let's just go from there because I know you didn't learn that when you were in Japan, right? You learned mostly just like original hip hop stuff from like Elite Force, your teacher, and all that. But the litefeet was completely new to you, even though you watched the video. So let's talk about from your perspective and talk about like we can trace back all the way to the very, very beginning, but let's just start from 2013 because I think that a lot of time this time point kind of had like okay, a lot of things are happening.
Facts.
And then the world, what had an impact in the world, and then what's going on in China. Then we can get back to what's going on in China with the litefeet scene and hip hop. How were you feeling in the community in terms of litefeet when you were in New York?
First time I met litefeet dancer was on the subway. They were doing performances and then try to collect all these donations after the performances. And then it was the first time I met them, and then I asked them like where I can practice litefeet or where I can dance with you guys. And then the me and litefeet connection got started, and they took me to the place that they are practicing at. It's called Teen Night.
Tell us who were they.
It's Keenan, Silencer. E Solo, and Richie Rich.
Okay.
Those three represent
Iconic.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket. I'm still in it. Yeah. So those people show me the different world of, you know, like hip hop culture. It like started in New York. It was really like I felt really like inspired, and yeah, that's how I met litefeet. Yes, and then also all these young people dancing like crazy every day, which makes me which gave me motivation to, you know, even there just start living there by myself, but still like I need to, you know, I found something that I can learn, and also I push myself doing my style and litefeet, and it motivates me to, you know, get better as a dancer. That's actually really like one of the best things happened to me in my life.
You were young.
By the way, Team Rocket is one of the best teams you could run into when you first start learning about litefeet. Like, people don't casually just run into E Solo, Rich Rich, and K.
That was rare, yeah.
Bro,
So
on the
lucky,
train,
right?
OD,
Yeah.
and then say, how couldn't I dance with y'all? They say, come to Tea Night. That's crazy. I was living up the block from Tea Night and never knew where it was, bro. I'm watching videos like, yo, I wish I knew where they was. And I found out.
Really? It's like
yes,
that?
Yes, bro.
So they're right next to you, but you
Literally
just
down
don't
the block.
Hey,
from
no.
You just don't know.
Nope. I remember the first spot, it was called COL. It was in the Bronx somewhere. And even then, that was really close to me, but I didn't know where it was. Then I seen it was in a different spot, which was Tea Night. And I was like, them niggas is that close, and I never knew, bro.
So you never met them at all for years.
No. I met some niggas. I met Craw. I met Tweak. Like, I met the OGs, Swiss, Hype Girl. I can name people you might not know, but I met mad of them already. OG Harlem Shakers, OG Litefeeters, all that. I would see niggas here and there. I met like Fly. I met Kiss Smooth and them early on. Boy Nice. I met a lot of them when I had my first battle versus Fred Love in 2014. That's when I started seeing the whole culture a lot more.
I see.
That was my first battle. Recipe
Really?
Fred Love. That was my first battle. I lost to that nigga. And my mom was a judge and she picked Fred Love. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Recipes of Fred Love though, facts. Anyways, that's what my first battle was, and that's when I started seeing everybody. Boom. I lost. I was tight because I really love litefeet, bro. Like, I was doing that shit every day, watching videos every day, practicing my hat every day, all that. So I lost. I'm like, fuck. Then, like, the next month, Crybaby like, yo, I'm about to go to Tea Night. Like, if you want to come with me, I'm like, word? We out. So I go to Tea Night.
That's the one.
I go to Tea Night. I'm like, Fred Love there, I want my rematch right now. So me and Fred Love, we was about to get the rematch. Fred Love go, oh, like, I'm about to go battle somebody else. I said, I ain't fuck you, that nigga, whatever. Kiss Smooth needed a battle. So I'm like, I'll battle Kiss Smooth. At this point, it don't matter who I'm battling, they gonna die. Like, I'm a volley whoever I'm battling. And at this point, I didn't know Kiss Smooth. I knew of him, but I didn't know him. And I know he been doing good for a long time. Like, he was on a streak, like a 10-0 streak, winning every battle.
Wow.
So that battle, we battle, whatever, he goes first. Thank the Lord. He went first. He did good. He did valid. I'm like, fuck. They gonna hype him up. They don't really know me like that. I'm like, boom. So that was my turn. I get up. I'm just walking through the ring like, yo, I'm about to violate. Like, whatever they play, anything, I'm about to go crazy. And Big Cry is my big homie at the time. Cry don't usually be coming outside with niggas and bringing niggas outside or whatever. So everybody looking at me like, who is this little nigga, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. I start going crazy. All these people think that Cry baby just been teaching me lifey or whatever. Cry wasn't teaching me lifey. I met him and he was like my mentor some type of way, like my big brother type shit. But I volleyed, I went crazy, bro. Like I was just feeling like I had to prove myself so much. That's when I seen E Solo, K Slick, Richie Rich, K Shakes, Mel Live, all of them. They came like everybody looking around like, yo, this little nigga nice. All of them, bro. Reaction, I was like, yeah, I know I'm valid. Like, I know I'm good. That's the same day I met Ghost Kid. He had his first battle that day against somebody else.
Oh.
Ghost Kid violated some nigga there.
So that was your first battle?
That was my second battle.
Second battle, okay.
Yeah, but my first win.
I see. So, okay, there's a couple things I want to ask you. You were 14 back then, first battle?
Nah, I was 13.
2014, right?
Yeah, but
you had
October.
Yeah, right.
So I'm 13.
You're 13.
I could say 13, right before high school too, 8th grade.
Wow.
I just finished 8th grade. Yeah.
So that was your first battle. You didn't meet any of them yet?
Barely. You talking about Kiss Move or my first battle?
Yeah, your very first battle.
I knew some of them, but not all of them.
So how did you learn? Where did you learn?
Watching videos, bro.
Literally?
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Watching videos, learn from the videos.
But even before the videos and all that, I was already getting light. I didn't know about like battles and shit like that until 2009. Before that, I was already getting like, I got videos of me when I was like 7, 8 years old, getting like doing the tone wop, doing my own wop.
Okay, all it was just video, doing it yourself, or do you have like a peer group?
Like
or?
my mom's dance company,
yeah,
they would like tone wop and get light with me a little bit, but I was so into it way more than them that they was older and their body was more advanced, so they was able to do more things, but I was more into the moves and shit.
Right. So this is what you're talking about. You were young too. You were like 19, right, at the time. And when you say young people, like younger, or his age, like all those dancers that were coming up, they were like, what, 13, 15, 14, or like 16-ish?
Yeah.
Like even younger, right? And that's crazy because like if you really trace back to the history of it, I think it's super new. I think probably the newest art form, I'll say, in hip-hop. Right? Yeah. Because what is it? Like it started somewhere around like 2008, 9-ish?
Nah, again, like Harlem Shake started late 90s.
That's earlier, sure. Yeah. But when you coined the term litefeet, or like let's say getting light to litefeet, that's around like 2000,
2005, 6.
around that era.
2004 to 2009 is getting light. I would say.
Okay, so for
I could be wrong, but that's the average.
E-Solo will have more knowledge on that.
Yeah.
But for you, you kind of like grew up in that era where everybody is just getting to learn this new form in Harlem, and then all those people were in Harlem practicing, doing sessions, labbing, and then just going wild.
Yep.
And then obviously,
But then even around that time, that shit, cause Mr. YouTube is from the Bronx.
There you
so from the Bronx, people in Brooklyn started making their own scene. Like people in different places, Queens,
Right.
all that. Even Staten Island, they was getting like in Staten Island too.
right,
Even upstate, niggas was getting like so.
They have different styles.
Yep.
right.
They have different
But I
styles.
would say like it was still kind of like a small community. Would
It
you
is
say?
small.
Right? It's not like all of you like litefeet dancers got mingled with like everybody else, like hip hop dancers, popper.
I
Like,
can't lie. Yeah, I can say that.
right?
Because-
It's no.
Because I can say that a little bit because even in the streets, the lifey niggas was battling the breakers. The crumpet niggas was in the battles, battling people, battling lifey niggas in the culture.
Yeah.
Flexing niggas was battling lifey niggas in the culture, all that. So we always been connected. It just wasn't as strong because it was still growing. in a way.
Growing. So that's important because it didn't get to this whole worldwide phenomenon until like also like 2015 or
I
even
would say-
later.
Nah, I would say like 2013.
13-ish?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I remember seeing a vid 2013, 2014 of Jumi Light.
Jimmy Lake
with the
from Japan.
XYZ boys or whatever. Them niggas was going crazy. For a minute, they came to New York. They was getting light with Swiss and all them.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I was like 13, 14, 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
I think so.
So it's getting more and more popular, obviously. I mean, people in China, though, let's go back to China, start to learn or at least take some of the moves that they saw in the videos. That's litefeet. But people didn't have like a concrete knowledge of what litefeet is all about, anything about the culture, community. They had no idea. They just know certain moves, right? So I think it's very important for people that are from the culture to come here and then teach. And that's why we have fortunate that some of the organizers from China invited Noah and the tour. But we wanted to continue, obviously, to kind of spread this whole phenomenon to even a bigger influence. Again, by talking about it, by going to different events and showing people what it is, instead of like, obviously there's choreographers picking certain moves from, litefeet, or people that didn't know too much about it and just used some of the move, but without knowing this whole package of litefeet culture and movement.